Welcome back to ITV Film, where we feature the best of filmmakers, directors, writers, and directors from around the world. I'm your host, Aaron, and right now we're standing at the Northwest Film Forum for STIFF 2009 with the man of the hour himself, the one, the only, program director for STIFF, Brian Shelley. Brian, how's it going this evening?
It's going great. It's going great. We got a couple of great films going tonight, and it's a packed house. It's nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, I was just interviewing Terry earlier this evening, and you know, he has a full sold-out show. I mean, both theaters are full right now to capacity, and you know, it's just amazing that you guys are putting on your festival. I spoke with Clint earlier that you guys are making it happen. This festival's awesome. First of all, I want to say thank you for letting us come down, but for our ITV viewers that don't know, tell me a little bit about STIFF and what it all entails.
Well, you know, it's a festival we was founded 5 years ago, and we're just, we saw a gap there, something that, a need that, we got exposure to the film festival circuit when we were submitting a film 5 years ago, or probably 6 years ago for that year of a circuit. And got some exposure to it and realized that there's really an element missing in Seattle that the local film, the International Film Festival didn't fill. So not that we're here to replace it, but just to complement it. There's great films that just don't make it in for one reason or another. Not that there's anything wrong with them, they just don't fit their programming style. So we saw a niche there that was, and the timing was right, and the rest is kind of history, I guess, to be cliche, but 5 years later, it's going great.
So the fifth year is wood.
Yep.
That's sort of the theme. How did that theme develop? Are you just sort of following the traditional ceremonial offering? I'm not sure what the exact term is, but first year is paper, isn't it? Is that how it's rolling, or did you just decide to use that as your theme this year?
Just the theme this year. We haven't used the first four, but every year we kind of get together, and it's a collaborative effort to kind of come up with our saying, what's going to go on the shirts and the posters, and what's going to be our tagline for that year. And so just brainstorming with the group, and that's the one that kind of bubbled to the surface, for better or worse.
That's awesome. Awesome. So I also heard that tonight, with the screening of I Speak Soccer and the other few films that are here, that over at the affiliate theater, Central Cinema, it's also expected to sell out and be a packed house over there as well. Tell me a little bit about some of the entries, or some of the films that have really caught your attention this year instead.
Well, we've got a lot, something for something for everybody, and it's really hard to pinpoint a couple, but a couple that have done really well for the filmmakers and brought out some really good audiences. The I Speak Soccer film is showing right now about pickup soccer around the world. Documentary is really well done. Unlisted is also a local documentary. It follows a doctor who's the filmmaker, Delaney Rustin, who her experiences with her father who's dealt with schizophrenia. And so that was very powerful and very well done. And we've just got a lot. There's a couple of good horror films. There's always good zombie films every year. People do zombie films, and we've got a really good one at our festival this year called Yesterday. Filmmakers are coming down from BC to participate in the Q&A this weekend, and it's and that's a really good one. It always seems to draw out a crowd, the zombie movies.
And in addition to all the films you have going on, I believe Clint was telling me you had over 500 submissions this year, and 131 made it in.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. You don't just show films and have a film festival. You do parties almost every night of the week. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that came about a couple of years ago. We started as just a film festival, but saw the format work really well at a couple others around the world, where they have a mixed kind of programming, and so we expanded to add comedy as well as live music at several venues around town. So it's worked out great for us. It's to complement kind of the films. Films are our primary focus, but it's worked out great. Yeah, we close the night every night at 2 a.m. at the Rendezvous, and then we have some theaters around town, Numos and Showbox, where we partner to have some shows there as well. So.
Awesome, man. So it sounds like is it a week long? It's actually 10 days? 10 days of filmmakers and films, and there is a little bit of a bonus if you're from Washington, right? You don't have to pay entry to get into the contest if you're from Washington, to sort of encourage, from what I understand, more local independent filmmakers. Is that correct? Is that the sort of the theory behind that?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that was also along the same lines as our experiences 6 years ago with our film. Just to have a platform for local filmmakers to be able to show it in front of their home fans. Their cast and crew, their family that's put in their blood, sweat, and tears to make these films a lot of times. So that's a big part of it. We like to have a large percentage of local films. We always have, and this year's no exception. We've got a large number of local films, and it's free for the filmmakers to submit, Washington filmmakers. So.
And tell me a little bit about, you mentioned twice or a couple times, 3 times now, about your film 5 or 6 years ago. Tell me about that. What happened to that? What's the name of it, and what's the synopsis? Is it done and buried now? I know my first short films. I'm proud of them. They were my first short films. But was it something that actually got traction on the circuit, or was it just you were just trying to shop it and found the doors weren't opening for you? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it was Clint's project. He wrote the script, and the festival's grown bigger than that film will ever grow. But this came out of the film, so it was a great experience, and it took us about 1.5 years to make it. Better let Clint fill you in on all the details of that film. It's probably floating around out there somewhere, but it was a great feature. We had a premiere here in Seattle, and then showed it at a festival in Minneapolis Film Festival, and it was some mixed success. And I think it may still be available on Amazon. So.
It's up on Amazon? It's not on YouTube or MySpace or Reaver or anything like that?
For sale on Amazon. I don't think it's on YouTube, but it's a feature film. It was a great experience.
All right, Brian. Is there anything you want to let our ITV viewers know before we let you get back to your stiff and let them know anything about next year's entries or anything like that?
Well, call for entries is usually around October for next year, for the following year. So we kind of settle down for a couple of months and take a couple months off, and then start planning for the next festival. There's still a lot of great programming for the rest of the week. Goes through Sunday the 14th. There's an award ceremony on the 13th. A lot of great bands and shows through the week. So just check us out on trueindependent.org, and there's an online schedule, tickets available in advance, and all the details online.
All right, trueindependent.org. All right, Brian, thank you very much for coming on ITV. Absolutely. Thanks. Don't forget you can go to our website, itvnw.com, where you can register to become an ITV VIP member, enter to win free prizes, and win guest appearances on the show. This is Darren and Brian coming to you from the Northwest Film Forum for STIFF 2009 in Seattle, Washington. We'll be right back.
I'm attorney Alexander Ransom. Have you been charged with a DUI or faced any other criminal charges? If you're in trouble with the law, you need a trial attorney who's aggressive, experienced, and effective. Call today for a free consultation. The law offices of Alexander Ransom. I look forward to serving you and getting your criminal charges reduced or dismissed. Call today. The law offices of Alexander Ransom. Call today.
You are the best. You are the best. You're so strong. You're so strong. So much support.
Our systems will rock your world.